Hello, I'm Kevin McFarland, and some of you may know me as a technician at the Animal Care Center. Today I'd like to have a little word with you about heartworms. Heartworms are a dangerous and potentially lethal parasite. Now, your dog contracts them from mosquito bites, and of course here in Texas, with our heat and humidity, we can certainly have quite a problem with mosquitoes. Now, from the time a dog is infected with the larva form carried by the mosquito, it takes 6 weeks for the larva to reach maturity, at which point it starts to migrate towards the chambers of the heart and the arteries within the lungs. Now, they can be potentially undetectable for years short of a blood test until actual symptoms occur. The consequences of heartworm infection can be pretty severe. Now, it can take roughly 2 years before any clinical signs show. It can start off as simple and subtle as a cough. When symptoms start showing, it's because the heartworms have multiplied and begun growing in the chambers of the heart and inside the blood vessels of the lungs. Now, as they continue to expand and grow, that cough can become something much worse, because we're talking about robbing blood flow, robbing oxygen saturation, and that can lead to things as loss of energy, becoming weak, even fainting. Eventually it initiates congestive heart failure, in which case you may see the abdomen starting to swell from a backup of fluid. At this point the infection is pretty severe, and the suggested treatment for infection sadly is controlled doses of arsenic injections. While somewhat dangerous, it can prove to be life-saving. During heartworm treatment, we typically board and hospitalize the dog for about 3 days should treatment go well. During that time, we administer the controlled doses of arsenic and monitor and observe the dog's well-being. Now, during that time, we certainly recommend pre-treatment to get a blood screening to check out the health of the liver and the kidneys to make sure that this treatment is safe for your animal. After the hospitalization period is over, we send the animal back home, and we strongly recommend 1 month worth of confined activity. During that time, it's very vital to keep your dog calm and keep his activity level low. As the arsenic takes effect, the worms start to break down within the lungs and the heart, and increased pulse and respiration can cause these worm clusters to break apart and to lodge within the blood vessels. Now, this is very dangerous for the animal, and this is why we suggest the rest and confinement for the best chances of healing. So by now, I'm guessing you're all probably saying, wow, Kevin, this stuff is pretty scary sounding. What can I do to protect my dog? Well, there are a number of solutions out there. We at the Animal Care Center mostly recommend HeartGuard. It's a fantastic product, not to mention it also protects against roundworms and hookworms as well. So you get protection from 2 fronts, and the company backs their product with a guarantee that if while you're using their product and during the course of normal blood screenings for heartworms, that they will actually pay 100% for all heartworm treatment if your dog is found to be positive. Well, we've covered infection, consequence, treatment, and prevention. Hopefully you found this informative and helpful. Had a great time talking to you guys. I'll see you again next video.